Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Cologne podcast. We're just two best friends giving our uneducated opinion on the world of fragrance.
I'm Myke.
And I'm Ryan.
And today, Ryan, we're taking a look at Phantom.
I'm looking forward to this one.
I bet you are. Futuristic enigma of fragrance.
Oh, okay.
By Paco Rabanne. Here's what M. Samer has to say about it on Fragrantica. 4 perfumers to create this very poor perfume. It'd been better if they played cards instead of wasting this time. Very sweet and cheap. I get mango vibes, but it didn't last very long.
Wait a minute. So this is 4 different perfumers that made this?
I guess.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's like when you got 4 chefs trying to cook the same meal.
That is just wild.
It is wild, and it's going to get even wilder. But before it does, let's do our one-night stand review of the brand new Dior Sauvage Elixir.
Hit it, Todd.
Yeah. One-night stand review.
Well, what'd you think?
Well, I went home, and remember I was like, oh my God, does this smell like this? Hey, does this smell like this one? I couldn't figure my brain out. Okay, it smelled like Wanted by Night mixed with Sauvage.
Interesting.
Yes, because remember at first I was like, man, it smells like a sweet fall winter fragrance. It reminds me of like a sweet, more fall type fragrance.
It kind of does.
And I was like, does this have a Wanted by Night vibe? Does it not have like almost like a Wanted by Night vibe to it?
It kind of does.
And then later I was like, wait, does this smell like Bleu de Chanel parfum? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm thinking this reminds me of Bleu de Chanel's parfum.
It kind of does.
I went home. It smelled similar, but not exactly like the Bleu de Chanel.
Yeah.
But whenever I smelled the Wanted by Night, I was like, oh my God, it is so similar up front.
Yeah.
Only it's got like that Sauvage undertone.
My experience with it going home, because if you remember on the episode, there was like towards the middle of it or the end of it, I got a whiff. I was like, oh, I didn't like how that hit me.
You're like,
yeah, it was starting to turn on me. And I have to report some very sad news to all you Sauvagiacs out there, what do you want to call them?
Sauvageaholics, maybe?
There you go. All you Sauvageaholics out there. It did not rest easy on your boy Ryan here.
Yeah, because it basically just turned into Sauvage at the end of it.
It does. It's weird.
So it starts off almost like Wanted by Night, and then it turns into regular Sauvage.
And that may be up some people's alley.
I think if you like Sauvage and you like Wanted by Night, yeah, because this thing went on forever too.
That is one thing I have to say. It definitely has some crazy longevity.
Strong AF.
It really is. And I'm actually smelling the card, and this is from 2 days ago.
Yeah.
On the card stock.
So strong.
It is strong.
But it smells just like Sauvage EDP on it.
Well, for me, I was just telling Mike before I picked it up, and I was like, kind of smells like a polo cologne to me. It smells really clean and fresh on the card.
Yeah.
But on my skin later on the evening that night, it smelled like straight up Sauvage to me. My wife, when she smelled, she was like, that smells okay. She wasn't like blown away by it. And then the next morning, because it was still on my shirt, and I got out of bed, and I'm, rustling around. She was like, God, what cologne is that? I was like, oh, it's that new Elixir that's still on the shirt. She was like, ugh. She's like, you smell like some prepubescent teen trying to like be older or something. I was like, does it smell? She did not like it.
Yeah. It's like an 8-year-old trying to smoke cigarettes.
It's weird. It's not a bad smell. I'm just going to say it's not a bad smell. In fact, I think it's out of all the Sauvages out there.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite, but it just does something to me I don't like.
The weird thing is, because of the combo, I kind of like it. I'm going to say I'll probably end up getting 10 mil of it or something.
That'd be as far as I'd ever go. Because that's the other thing. We both agreed on this.
Yeah.
This thing, when you spray it on, it's so dry that your nose starts bleeding. Like,
yeah.
It is dry.
It's hella dry.
When you spray this on, you may want to make sure you have like a jar of jelly to throw on you or something. Because you're going to feel like your skin's going to be cracking when you throw this on.
Ryan, a man of many similes. But the jar of jelly, I'm just not tracking.
I'm just trying to keep it G-rated up in there.
I like it.
You want to make sure you're sliding all over on these arms.
That's right. Some KY jelly, I think is what he was talking about.
Because, man, it gets dry, man.
Yeah, you're going to need some lube over here.
I don't like that vibe on a cologne.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like the powderiness, but I don't know. It's an intriguing scent.
I will agree with that.
And maybe I like it so much is because we just know Sauvage as the boring, everybody wears it, nothing special about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something special about Sauvage Elixir.
Without a doubt, it's going to sell like crazy.
It will.
100%.
I don't know. I feel like I got to have a little bit of it. Who knows?
I mean, if anything at all, of anybody listening, I would say, I mean, hear that we're on the fence about it, but I can say without a doubt it's going to sell great, and maybe take that as go sample and try, because you probably will like it.
I'm recommending people go sample it. I think this is definitely one you want to sample.
I agree with that.
It's right at the top end of that designer retail budget. So if you drop the money on it, you're dropping money on it. But that being said, I feel like for the money, you're going to get a lot out of this because it goes through a journey and it lasts for forever.
I will say that. It definitely goes on a journey. You get some interesting vibes from it, and it's a good smell. It doesn't resonate with me, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
I've got to say something too, because we've gotten a couple of emails now where people are going, hey, can you please talk about the performance of these? And that's kind of what the One Night Stand review is, but I want to be careful to say performance is different for everybody.
Yeah.
So when we kind of talk about it, we are talking about, for us, here's what we kind of get out of it and why we lean away from going 8 to 10 hours, performance beast. We don't really do that because each person is a little bit different. So you may have to read in between the lines a little bit just to kind of see what we say about the performance, but we're not specifically grading performance each time on the One Night Stand review because it's so different.
I'm glad you brought that up because me and Mike have talked about this behind the scenes, but there'll be times we'll throw on stuff that's technically like a performance beast. But, you know, when you get in the car and you put your arm on the armrest and it drags across, like throughout the day, your body is interacting with wind and brushing up against things and other people and whatever. Right. You're stripping away stuff throughout the day. It's never going to be, in my opinion, even if they say 12-hour beast, it'll never be 12 hours.
I'm not really even looking for that out of a fragrance.
I'm not either. Like the first few hours, I'm kind of good.
Like if I can get a good 4 to 6 hours out of something, I'm like, wow, this was great and worth the money.
Yeah, same.
So that's kind of where we're at. We'll try to be a little bit more mindful about talking about what we get as far as longevity goes, but just keep that in mind. That's why we don't talk about it a lot. It's just different for everybody. And if you can kind of pick that up from the episodes, Ryan gets completely different experience out of a fragrance than I do, even if it's the same fragrance and we're spraying it at the same time, same day, everything.
No lie. You can go back. I don't want to say what episodes, I don't know off the top of my head, but you can go back to some of our episodes and we'll legit, I'll smell his arm and he'll smell mine, and we can both tell they smell different on each other 100%. Right here as we just sprayed it on.
I hate to cut you off, Ryan, but you're going a little long-winded. Let's get on to our scent of the day. I'm just kidding. Scent of the day, Paco Rabanne's Phantom.
Let's jump into it. Put your suits on, folks. We're going into the future.
Here we go. 1.21 gigawatts.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Okay. It's sweet.
Come on. Come on, Paco Rabanne. Why you got to do this? The funny thing is, when you look at this on Fragrantica, there's this laundry list of citrus notes. I don't get a single one of them. I'm feeling like this is more bubblegum than the 1 million we were smelling.
Yeah.
This is almost like Paco Rabanne's Ultra Mall or something like that.
I agree. And that may be a good thing for some people.
Yeah. If you're like 18 to 24, here you go. And that's probably where they're like targeting, because remember the robot bottle did backflips and played music through Bluetooth, and you could play games on it, and you got a backpack with it.
I absolutely hate that.
If you're young enough to need a backpack, that's probably the reason why you're getting Paco Rabanne's Phantom.
I may trip you out, but I'm kind of digging the scent.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
You're wrong. You're just wrong. So wrong.
I don't think I could wear it, but
I'm just kidding.
It's nice. It's a little too sweet, I think.
Well, I mean, here we go talking about like at times we'll say nothing wrong with the fragrance, just not good for us, right? It's not the right fragrance for us to wear, but it has its place.
Yeah.
I could see this working well, but I mean, it is so bubblegum, bubble bath sort of a vibe.
For sure.
It smells like I just got bubblegum flavored toothpaste for my kids. This is what this smells like.
This is so all over the place from a design aspect of everything. From the design of the scent, from the design of the name, from the design of the bottle. None of it matches anything.
Yes. They're all incongruent with one another. The name with the bottle with the scent.
Yeah, nothing matches.
Probably because they had 4 different people. Probably had one working on the bottle, one working on the backpack, one working on the scent.
Let's see. Phantom was created by, and forgive me, people, if I screw these people's names up, especially if they're big names in the game.
I'm going to tell you right now, nobody's expecting you to get this right, Ryan.
Phantom was created by Anne Flippo, Dominique Ropion, whatever, Lock Dong, and Juliet. I'm not even going to read her last name, but it's like Kazeka Zergakert or whatever, but it's crazy. But yeah, I don't get any of the, do you get lemon zest at all?
No.
It's like, okay, first off, the top notes. They say this is in every note here. Lavender is in the top, lavender is in the middle, and lavender is in the base note. I don't know if I even do you get that at least?
Not really. And I'm dying to see, here's how you can tell. If you're watching YouTube and somebody goes, oh yeah, lemon zest. I'm really kind of picking up a little bit of lemon here. They've been on Fragrantica. Yeah. Watch out, guys. I've seen some YouTube reviewers do that.
Yeah, you see them. They're all kind of getting a little pissy about this. They'll be like listing 3 notes.
Yeah, they're like, why don't they give us more notes?
But I mean, and I think that does kind of skew people's view on something. Because when we smell this does, I agree with Myke. This is Ultramal's Ultramal. It is bubble gum. It's sweet.
It's like Ultramal is what it is.
Yeah.
You like that? I threw in like some cyborg type shit.
So when it first was announced that the name was Phantom.
Yeah.
When I think Phantom, I kind of Ben
Affleck.
Yeah, well, yeah. Phantoms. Yeah. I think about well, I think, kind of low key, maybe kind of mysterious, kind of surprising.
Dark.
Yeah.
Yes. Smoky almost.
Yeah. Then you see the bottle that drops and you're like, okay, it looks like the fucking robot when you played Nintendo back in the day.
Yeah.
And it looks weird. So now you're thinking, okay, maybe something new because it's futuristic.
Right.
Maybe it's going to be changing up the game.
Maybe.
And then you get the scent and it's Ultramal Plus, It's like I'd
rather them just make the bottle be like the Mr. Bubbles bottle. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's exactly what I'm smelling, man.
And this thing's trending hard, probably because it just came out, and it's probably going to trend hard for younger people. But I do have to say this. If you're a younger person still, let's say you're 20s and up.
Yeah.
Are you really going to feel good about having a robot on your shelf for a spray?
Maybe. I kind of want it now. I don't know why, but for some reason now I want the bottle because it's so whack.
Yeah, it's whack.
I mean, it's like one of those things you get ironically. You know what I mean? Like when I saw it, so you made the call.
Yeah.
I went to a department store to get this sample.
Yeah.
And Ryan had previously called. And she gave you the same spiel I think she gave me at the counter.
Yeah.
Which was like, hey, did you know this bottle plays your Bluetooth music and you can actually hook it up and play games and it comes with a cool backpack. In fact, I went in with one of my kids and they were like, oh, check out that backpack. I want that backpack. And it's like, they're 8. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what the target audience is for Paco Rabanne's Phantom.
That's where I'm like, if you're an older gentleman like ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're quote unquote buying it unironically. But for me, I just wouldn't feel good about having this and just be like, you know what? I'm going to be wearing this today and grabbing this giant vibrator and spraying myself with it.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot going on with this thing. But why the whole package deal? Okay, let's just talk about it. Who's wearing this?
Young people, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. This feels like 8th to 11th grade.
Dude, it does. It's so weird.
Because why else would you need a backpack? Unless you're going to school.
And again, we don't know who they're targeting, but if they're targeting that, that's why this is all kind of just all over the place. I can remember when I was that age, unless my parents had bought me something, I never went out to department stores at a young age and got stuff like this.
No, not at all. I can't even remember. Honestly, I was probably clamoring over Adidas Moves or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like more sporty smell, especially if you're a guy. And I'm not saying that this isn't unisex. I would almost say no guy should be wearing this because it's way more bubblegum than Ultramall.
It is. That's crazy.
So even guys at this age are leaning harder towards sporty scents because you're in athletics or whatever. You're on a flag football team. You're playing Frisbee golf. I don't know.
Mike's fixing to grab a sample of Ultramall. We're about to get to the bottom of this because I want to know which one is sweeter.
Okay, so here we are. We're back. We just got done smelling Ultramall and comparing it side by side to Phantom.
Yeah.
And we got to stand corrected here. Ultramall, still more bubblegum than this.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Fuck, now this kind of changes my mind about everything. I don't know what to do with it. Because it's like Ultramall is still sweet as hell, but then Phantom is still too sweet. But it's surprisingly less sweet than Ultramall. Stand corrected.
I actually think I prefer Ultramall's version of sweet. I think that's where we're smelling the lavender now because it's kind of, doesn't lavender kind of have...
Shut up, Ryan.
But doesn't it have kind of a musk tone to it in a sense?
I have no idea.
I feel like that's what I'm smelling. But yeah, I like the Ultramall's better. But anyway, I think as far as who's wearing this...
I'm going to go against you and say I like the Phantom version better compared to Ultramall. Which, that being said, if we probably go back and listen to Ultramall, I said something like, it's sweet, it fits for somebody, it doesn't fit for me. I still agree with that, even for Phantom.
Yeah.
This is not for me. And the fact that I reacted like, holy shit, this is sweet, tells me right now I wouldn't vibe with it. Yeah. But it's so strange to compare the two.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even fair to, but either way.
I like Ultramall better, but I'm in the same boat. They're both just too sweet, kind of bubblegum. There's no way I can wear Phantom. So I think it's for somebody that's like 18 to like 28. Like that 10-year gap is who can actually wear this fragrance. It's just too sweet for a regular guy, for me.
I'm going to have to defer back to what we were saying in episode 29 on Ultramall. I just feel like, yes, it's for a younger audience. It's for somebody who's maybe in the dance scene, which again, now we got these new variants of fucking COVID out there and shit's about to get shut down again. But if you're out there and you're pressing sweaty bodies, then yeah, maybe this works for you. And maybe this was a smart move comparing it to Ultramall. Maybe it was a smart move by Paco Rabanne to throw something sweet out there that then is less sweet than Ultramall. But
no.
See, the funny thing is, remembering Ultramall, I smelt this and was like, God, this is even sweeter. So unless you just got them side by side, either way, it still feels extremely sweet.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. All right, so skip it.
Sample it.
Buy it.
What are you going to do, Ryan?
It's a skip for me. Just because everything is all over the place. It doesn't know if it's coming or going. Doesn't know if it wants to rebel against dad.
Yeah.
Doesn't know if it wants to go get a high school degree. This thing doesn't know what's going on with itself, man. I don't vibe it.
It's a skip for me too, just on the basis that I don't think I'm the target audience for this.
I'm not either.
And I know we got a ton of 26-year-old dudes out there listening to us. I still think it's too young for 26.
It's crazy.
Honestly, it's for our friend Lawrence.
Yeah, that's right.
Lawrence, I would say get this over Ultramall.
I wonder what the price difference is, though.
Well, Ultramall you probably get at a discount right now, but Phantom being so new, you probably pay more. Never mind, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Sorry, pal.
Well, I thought about that, and I just don't know. Even if I was a young 18-year, if I could go back in time, get in my little time continuum device, and I go back to when I was 18.
Yeah.
If I had bought this or somebody had given this to me for free, I promise you I would be embarrassed then to have this bottle on my shelf.
For sure. Unless you're like, hey, check this out. I can play Jonas Brothers through Bluetooth on this.
It's so whack, man.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this. If I was jumping back in the DeLorean and going to high school and I had available to me the fragrances out now,
Yeah.
I think as sweet as I'd probably go would be like Spice Bomb.
I think so too. I know so.
Yeah. There we go. It's a skip it from both of us. It's been done before. It's been done better before.
Yeah.
And it's been put in a better bottle before than it is now.
I gotta say one last thing about the bottle, or in conclusion with the bottle. I feel like a fragrance house. Now, of course, I'm not running a damn thing. So take everything I'm saying with the tiniest bit of salt here.
Sounds like Ryan's trying to get one of these creative director jobs at a fragrance house that all of our friends on YouTube are getting.
No.
Here we go.
No. I think if a company is putting out fragrances, you want your fragrance to like stand the test of time.
Sure.
And I think a lot of that comes with a few things. It comes with how you package everything as well. On top of the fragrance itself, the fragrance has got to have some girth to it to where people go, man, that's unique. I like that. And then the bottle needs to be not too simple, but just needs to be just a bottle. Just bottle this shit up and sell it. It doesn't have to have a Bluetooth speaker, whatever, a laptop interface. You know, I don't need this 2020 Chucky remake on a bottle.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. If you're looking at it this way, Ryan, you can have the best personality in the world, but your potential mate's still checking out your package.
Possibly.
So you're going to need an interesting, thought-provoking, desirable package.
But you can also do that by having some minimalistic features, to me, personally.
Like ombre leather parfum, perhaps?
Perhaps.
A striking, bold fragrance with a simple yet intriguing bottle?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's what we're talking about on Friday. If you want to join us.
Now, the segue king over here.
Here we go. I'm just trying to save people from an argument we could have for days on the wackest bottle we've seen come out here recently.
Well, that's today's episode.
Yes.
But if you enjoy our show and you want to reach out to us,
and you want your chance at $20 to myfragrancesamples.com,
then make sure to write us an email at thecolonepodcast@gmail.com.
Like our new friend of the podcast, Cody, did. Cody says, "Hey, Myke and Ryan. First off, thank you for the countless hours of entertainment you've provided.
You're welcome.
I started listening to your podcast about 6 to 7 weeks ago. Since then, I've been listening to all available episodes on Spotify, even the announcement episodes, because we called everybody out, remember?
Yeah.
And we were like, why the are you guys skipping these announcement episodes? We cried for 10 minutes straight. Thank you, Cody, for acknowledging that. Ever since the first episode I listened to, you guys resonated with me. I really appreciate the honest reviews, the variety of colognes from Cody to Raja, and the fun banter. It truly puts me in a better mood to listen to a new episode."
Man, I really appreciate that email.
I did hit him back up and say, likewise, when we get emails like this sent to us at thecolonepodcast@gmail.com, it equally makes our day better because we feel like we're making new friends. We're building a community around something we enjoy. It's super crucial to know who's out there because we imagine as we record these that you guys are sitting on this shitty little couch here in the studio and we're talking right to you. He said, "Here's a little bit about me. My name is Cody. I'm 26 years old. I live in Wisconsin, but I used to live in Houston for about 7+ years."
Okay, so he's from Texas.
That's right. Yeah, hit him back up. Another Texas transplant out there. "I've always been interested in cologne since I was young, but I recently started getting into collecting and exploring more within the past year as a new hobby. Right now, my two favorite colognes that I own are Prada's Luna Rossa Carbon and Mancera's Cedric Boisé, which I let him know yesterday. I got the kids a trampoline and I sweat my ass off for 3.5 hours putting it together. Ryan was at home eating bonbons on the couch. And then he brings his kids over so, you know, all our kids can jump around and hang out. And he rolls up wearing Cedric Boisé, smelling like $1 million.
It's a good fragrance.
And it's recognizable because as soon as I'm like, you got that Boisé on. He asked us in the future if we could review Luna Rossa Ocean as a new release or perhaps something from Parfums de Marly. And I said, abso-freaking-lutely, Cody. We've got I actually got a small sampler set of Parfums de Marly stuff, so we've got some more on the board for that. But then also, we're going to get our hands on Luna Rossa Ocean.
Yes.
Because we want to check that out as well.
Yes, we do, and we will. That's how we roll. You write us an email, and we make shit happen.
Yes. When it comes down to it, we're making shit happen. So be sure to get us an email in. Tell us about the compliments you've received and what fragrances you are wearing. You're going to be put in to win $20 to myfragrancesamples.com. Until next time,
spray it up, y'all.
Spray it up, y'all.